I 100% think you need a plan of some sort. And even if it's as basic as something written down on a napkin and pinned to the wall at home that you see when you walk out of the house in the morning or in the office, especially if you've got a team. If you have a team and you don't have a business plan that you can articulate and share with your team don't have a roadmap to work towards and to know where they're headed. So I think a business plan and goals are part of that. I mean, writing down why the business exists and having goals is a big part of your business plan. And then knowing who you need to hire, what the culture and the values of your organization are going to be. The most successful companies in the world have all that stuff covered. If you don't write that down or don't try and plan out what you want your business to look like, how are you going to be able to get all that to come together? Because there's an insane amount that goes into running a business, from structure to insurances to employees, taxes. I mean, we're not even scratching the surface of how much goes into running a business. Yeah. And for me, the business plan and goals, I mean, knowing where you want to get to keeps you kind of getting up in the morning and going back to it, because running a business is hard. It's really difficult.
It's a check-in point for us. And we don't put a lot of effort into it, to be honest. When I say a business plan, we have probably a set of tasks that we need to tick off within a particular time frame. So we do a 12-month one. Mm-hmm. And we catch up monthly. It just gives us a checkpoint. It's almost like a financial plan for a client.
Yep.
It's a checkpoint. This is what we're going to do. How do we do it? Do we need to push something back? So it's really powerful for us to catch up on a monthly basis and just say, okay, what were we going to do? We didn't do it. What do we need to do next month to make sure it's done? Or do we need to push it back a couple of months? And yeah, if anything, it just keeps us in line with what the plan was.
It keeps the focus for me. I know in the first business, I did a business plan, and I looked 5 years later, and it was amazing how much it shifted from that original plan, but it gave it immediate focus to task out, like Nick was saying. And momentum will take it in different directions with pivots here and there. But it was more so for yourself to just structure and focus yourself as to where you wanted to put your energy, and then you could map it out month to month.
And being numbers focused as well, I think it would be not good of me to not even mention a cash flow forecast as part of that initial startup. I think a lot of businesses will fail at the start by not having enough cash to keep themselves going through that first 1 month, 6 months, 12 months. And we've talked about it time and time again, and cash flow and budgets and all of that. But if you don't know your numbers and where your first dollar is going to come from, and then how much it's going to cost you to set up the business before you even start pulling the trigger to do it, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Yeah,
well, the cash flow is your oxygen in business, and you can spend a lot of time eating soup with a fork, mate, in the wrong direction. So you can work hard and not go anywhere. So you need your business to breathe. So you have to focus on what are the fundamentals of bringing that revenue in. And then again, from my standpoint, and I've talked about this in previous episodes, where you go, once you've got the revenue in, you can bring additional qualities with that revenue on how you want to get the business out there and expand. But definitely, cash flow is such an important thing in business. Businesses die pretty quickly if you don't utilize it. You don't make it, and then you don't utilize it effectively. So that's a big one.
If anybody wants a copy of a good business plan, template, and cash flow forecast, feel free to hit us up, hello@thenumbersgamepodcast.com.au, and I'll get that over to you.